This room is lacking the sufficient amount of whimsy right now. So if you're watching this video, you probably saw the thumbnail and saw somebody gluing a bunch of fake leaves and foliage onto a desk and thought, hey, that's pretty cool, why'd you do that? And the answer is, I was bored with my drawing setup. If you saw last week's video, which probably you didn't because it only received like 8 or 9 views, you'll see that I recently got a new drawing desk, which is this kind of tan and black little number. Unfortunately, it's a little bit boring even though it's useful, so we're going to spice it up a little bit. So let's throw it back to last week's Molly to see how exactly she did this. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know, the canon name for Moth in the studio is actually Molly. So. I want a lot more green in this room, so the plan is basically just to cover it with as much foliage as I possibly can. I got this huge, well not huge, but a sizable bag from Michael's of all sorts of goodies. You kind of see here. Got some garlands, some moss, some butterflies. You know, just some basic stuff to get started. And the other thing I want to do actually is, since I've been experimenting more with my wood burning tool and the desk is made of wood, I'm going to see what I can do about actually trying to like carve some designs into it, because I think that that could kind of add to that whimsical look that I'm looking for. At least that's what the plan is. I hope that the varnish or whatever it's finished with isn't toxic, but just in case, I'm going to have the window open, I'm going to be wearing my respirator, just in case there's anything fume-wise going on there. But yeah, so let's see if this actually works out. So first, some rules. No decorating the top or the bottom of the desk because I want some room for the art, naturally. But the sides are fair game, and also, the lamp is getting a bit of a touch-up as well. Most of this project I only had a vague idea of what I wanted, but I thought having the garland winding around the lamp would be a nice focal point to build around, since that light kinda sticks out a lot. I felt a bit bad putting hot glue all over the desk, but sometimes sacrifices must be made for whimsy. I did have to re-glue the desk part though because I came up with a plan for the side, which you'll see in a little bit. Jumping over to the left side though, I was nervous about my initial plan for it. I wanted to create the illusion of a mossy forest bed growing out of my desk, but the task of actually gluing down the moss made me question whether this was a good idea or not. Because this could have easily turned out like garbage, though it was a bit Cottagecore at the beginning. Look at my green thumb, guys. Anyway, to make this less spinach and more woodland fairy, I took some more fake plants and started cutting away at the leaves and branches. I kinda just placed them wherever felt right, like building a little terrarium right on my desk. No cottagecore project is complete without mushrooms that look like hamburger buns as well. And then of course, a little butterfly to top it off. Now the wood burning was not as successful as I'd have hoped. It was really hard to carve into, but I made the Welsh symbol for inspiration, Awen, as well as one of my original fae creatures, called the Forgotten, and some dead snapdragons. Did you know that they look like skulls when they dry up? Nature's pretty neat. Back to the other side of the desk, I set to gluing down more moss and giving it the same treatment as before with slightly more mushrooms this time. If you're a creative, I highly recommend customizing your workspace like this if you have the chance. It's a great form of self-expression and it really helps to get in the mood. I love making fantasy things, and a drab environment is no place for someone who craves the fantastical. At least that's what I think. Right, where was I? Oh yeah. I took the other butterflies in the set and tied them to parts of the lamp, so it looks like they're just chilling amongst the flowers. Living their best lives. I may prefer moths, but I guess butterflies are alright too. I replaced these old highlighters and pens from eons ago with my current weapons of choice, watercolor pencils. And while I was doing that, I thought, hey, this part of the table does not match the vibe at all, so it needs a makeover too. I took the tray out and used some very shiny scrapbook paper I had left over to make some quick lining. I just traced the shapes out and glued them inside. And voila, already better. I didn't stop there, as I realized there wasn't enough shiny, so I painted the tray gold off camera. Even that wasn't enough though, so I dry brushed more gold onto the edges of the desk for good measure, and I really like it. Last year I made these little fake taxidermy moth paintings and I realized they'd be perfect additions here. I added some more of my supplies, and that was it for the desk. I cannot express enough how much I love this desk so far. I think it's turning out so great, and the foliage and all the flowers and butterflies and the moths and the mushrooms, it's so like I'm so ready to create with this desk. Like I can't wait to actually start drawing and painting with this. However, I will say that my computer desk is also a bit lacking. It's still kind of disorganized, and I think it could use a little bit more character to it as well. So there's something I've been working on that I want to show you guys. I made this. So I bought this really strange yarn, not realizing it wasn't for crochet, and I decided to just work with it on a whim. I had no idea what I was doing at first and made some mistakes, but I still think it reads as moss bed. I cut out some pepperoni slices from felt and made a little mushroom cap by gluing it to craft foam because I could not find a piece of white felt in my house, even though I know it's somewhere. They still do the job as basic mushrooms though, but if I had more time I'd probably crochet them or something. Then I just cleared off the desk and laid down my woodland field, gently tucking in the mushrooms into their bed. I took some knickknacks from around my room and just started putting them in aesthetically pleasing parts of the desk. My mom helped me put up a shelf, and I adorned it with more goodies. And with that, I was finished with my handiwork. Just want y'all to appreciate the full outfit here. I had no time. I just wanted to get this project done and wrapped up. But yeah, this is it. Look at this, look at this, look at that. The space looks so much better. And even though there's still some stuff that definitely needs some work in this room and things that I would like to replace, I already feel just a little bit cozier. I can't wait to get back to it. And you might have seen in this video, there was a little sneak preview there of one of the upcoming speed paints that I'll be working on. So stay tuned for that. This project was just kind of an attempt to bring more me into my room, and hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more of that as well in the future. If you'd like a little bit more whimsy and wonder in your life, please consider liking and subscribing because it helps me out and lets the algorithm know that I am doing a good job at providing those things. Well, clearly it's not working out for somebody. Next I'll be doing some more speed paints, some more fun little wood burning stuff, because that's my current addiction, I guess. And some more cosplay stuff will be approaching very soon, so keep your notifications on and keep a lookout, because this month is going to be very busy. So, all right. Without any further ado, that's all I got for you today. So until next time. With a minor scale, a high, a piccolo, and a